Hello, I'm Dr. Joan Grobstein. For those who don't know me, I've had acute onset myalgic encephalomyelitis / chronic fatigue syndrome, or MECFS, since 1999. Before my illness, I was a neonatologist at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. We have been asked by the committee to address the committee's charter. I strongly endorse renewing the committee's charter with some revisions, which I have discussed in detail in my written testimony, which is not currently online. Among many others, the CAA, IACFSME, and the WPI have submitted excellent suggestions about the charter, most of which I also endorse. If I had more time, I could go into more detail. Before emphasizing the most important issues about the charter, I want to express my disappointment that the committee does not want to hear testimony on other matters, which I consider to be more urgent. I also want to point out the difficulty of saying anything of use in a soundbite of 3 minutes. You have sent a terrible message to patients by allowing only 7 people to speak to you today. It is particularly astonishing that Dr. Fred Friedberg, the president of the International Association for CFSME, which represents over 500 biomedical professionals, was not permitted to speak. One has to wonder, do you want to hear what the patients and professionals who know most about this disease have to say? In addressing the charter, I would like to emphasize 3 of the points I've made in written form. First, an additional advisory function should be added to establish a consistent definition of MECFS and evaluate the likely etiology or etiologies based on that definition. When I read the charter, I was surprised there is no mention of searching for an etiology. Discovering and verifying the etiology of this disease is essential for all of the other functions that are currently mentioned in the charter. To paraphrase a well-known slogan from a presidential campaign, it's the etiology, stupid. However, it will be impossible to establish an etiology until an accurate and consistent definition of the disease is used in all research and clinical trials. In real estate, the old saying is location, location, location. In MECFS, one could say definition, definition, definition. An accurate and consistent definition exists. It's the Canadian consensus definition. Its use should be endorsed by this committee and should be included in the charter. Dr. Leonard Jason's published concerns about the Fukuda and empiric definitions should be the basis for the discussion. Second, real-time and recorded videocasts of committee meetings should be required by the charter. This is a necessary accommodation for the disabilities of MECFS patients, and so I don't have to come down here. Third, the committee needs to meet 4 times a year for 2 days, and a complete review of the status of all current and past recommendations must occur at each meeting. There is much to do. MECFS may be an infectious disease. Time is of the essence. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Grobstein.